Hey y'all, welcome back. If you were here for the season 2 premiere of Love Island Games, you know the villa was already heating up. Well, episode 2 turned up the heat even more. New couples, first official duel, seeds of drama planted. Let's break down everything that went down in episode 2. Who won, who lost, who's vulnerable now, and what to expect next. The episode picked up where Lucinda and Josh were left single and vulnerable after having their person stolen. And Charlie came in, swooped up Andrea, and I'm not gonna lie, they are kicking it off really well in this episode. Charlie's just a talker. He just nonstop is talking. And I mean, that's cool to lead the conversation, but the whole time, it can be too much. But she seems like she's here for it. I'm glad she's not putting all her eggs in one basket, which looks like that's what Josh is doing. Like, this is only literally, day 1, day 2 of being on the island? Like, let's slow down. But, they're kicking it off, her and Charlie. I don't think romantically I see anything, in my opinion. But we don't know how Charlie gets down in the games. So he may be a good competitor. So Lean stole Mert from Lucinda. And her reasoning, in my opinion, had to be the most dumbest reason. Her selecting him all because he was avoiding eye contact makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's almost like, when you were a kid, and I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but like your parent, if somebody was picking on you, like if you were a girl and there was a boy picking on you, or the opposite, if you're a guy and the girl's picking on you, and your parents will always say, oh, they're just picking on you because they have a crush on you, which is something we definitely shouldn't be teaching kids. But if you've heard them say that, I feel like this is in the same situation. Like, oh, he's not looking at me, it must mean he really want me. Or it could just mean he don't want you. Like, he don't want no parts. And that's what I genuinely got from that. When he was really avoiding eye contact. Like, yes, the kiss was passionate. Of course it's going to be. Like, this is only day 1. Like, I'm going to kiss whomever and I'm going to go hard. But I don't think equating him not looking at you was a sign like, oh, this is very interesting. He's avoiding me for some reason. Yeah, I think the reason is he didn't want to be partnered up with you. So I thought that was interesting for her to say, and also dumb because I feel like there were way better, options, competition-wise, that I probably would have went for. So with Lucinda and Josh both being single and vulnerable, they're basically trying to figure out, how they're going to get through the next 48 hours. And, obviously be in support of each other because they're both in the same, similar situations. He understands why Charlie made the decision that he made. He even said that he probably would have did the same thing. And you got to like that sportsmanship. Like, this is a game. People are going to come in, try to break whatever up, either for the sake of the game or for the sake of love. So hopefully they get their minds right. I do think that, Josh is a very alpha male and is going to want to prove his point or make his stance in any way possible. And he's already admitted, he's basically, I feel like he's locked in with Andrea. I can't see him going anywhere else. So Lucinda, I think she may have options. She may have options with other people. KK and Chris, soul ties is crazy. This girl, and I hate that it's going down this road, and I need her to pick herself up and know she's the bad that she is. Chris has already admitted that he's here for the game. They've had this conversation. She's also admitted that, yeah, she's here for the game, but she does hope to. She's seriously dating. She's hoping to find the one this go around. Y'all already starting off on 2 different intentions. So it's already going to be a little rocky, right? And she brings up the comment about, they haven't actually kissed. And he's like, well, what do you call us doing in the challenge? She was like, yeah, but that was like a challenge kiss. Like, you ain't kissed me like you wanted to kiss me. And my poor girl was sitting there waiting. I think she was waiting for that man to leap over that sofa and tongue her down. And that did not happen. And I know I felt it for her. So I know she had felt something of basically just being denied. I think in that moment she wanted him to choose her, and it's still early. I mean, he even said maybe they can grow into something, but right now he's had focus on just the game aspect of Love Island games. Like, he's not even looking at the love portion. And remember, like I said in my last video, this man was just in this villa 2 months ago going through that, traumatic experience with his last relationship and how that ended. He did not get a full amount of time to process, because even when he got out the villa for those 2 months, we were still talking about it. It was still fresh. We had the reunion. Like, he's reading everything. He's reading the blogs. There's interviews. So I don't think realistically, if she's going to be partnered up with Chris, she should not expect any type of romantic connection. Another couple that I don't see it going anywhere either is with Tariq and Andrina. Like, I don't see it. Definitely, yes. Is the physical chemistry there? Absolutely. That's it. I don't see anything else or deeper than. And I think, I don't know, I'm just maybe watching Tariq's mannerisms a little too hard. But I think it was one of those things, like, he's seen her over social media. He's still in her DMs. But now that she's in front of you and you're learning her personality, I just don't think he's into it. I really, really don't. He doesn't give that, like, oh yeah, this my girl. I want this to be my girl. But then again, with him and Ella, we kind of got that same play on his Love Island season. And then it really was something. So maybe that's just who he is. But I don't know. Part of me feels like he may be a little annoyed with her, especially because she's not like the best player so far after that first challenge. Like, what do you guys think about Tariq and Andrina? Do y'all think like this may be something between them, or should Andrina just move on to something else? So Chris also winds up going over into the bathroom. He's minding his business and flossing and all that. And just after this whole awkward KK situation, he tells Nicola that he was actually interested in her and she's his number 2. He said those words, "You were my number 2." And she's all like, really? Like, all giddy. And I'm like, hello? I don't know. You call me your number 2. I ain't your number nothing after that. If I ain't your number 1, I don't want to be nothing. Now, if you're saying number 2 as far as strategic-wise and game-wise, okay. Well, I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm okay with that. I always need to be a number 1. But, like, she was just, like, all giddy about it. I don't know. I feel like he's going, whenever the opportunity presents itself, he's definitely going to dip out from KK. I think he's just trying to find a reason. But KK wasn't all that bad in the competition, so I don't know why he would. I think she scored a little bit higher than Nicola. So, but hey, if that's what you want, sir, good luck. So then we have the next day, and in true Love Island fashion, the girls are doing makeup, the guys are in the kitchen cooking it up. And then we have our first breakfast drama of Mert making breakfast for Lucinda, and not who he's currently coupled up with, which is Solene. And obviously, it's just like, we're all looking like, what? At least both, at least make something for both. But this man had the nerve to make oatmeal. And Lucinda was like, I'm good off the oatmeal, maybe tomorrow. He then, after Lucinda tastes it, tries to attempt to give it to Solene while this is all the transaction exchange already happened. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not trying to judge, because maybe just in other cultures, they do things differently. But that was like a Serena moment. Like, you're not about to serve this chick in front of my face and she declined the food, so now you want to give it to me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That was just NO completely. It didn't make any sense. And I feel like Celine, that was to her like, he ain't really feeling me like that. So we later then find out Lucinda and Josh have a duel that night, and everybody is on their toes. Andrina is thinking it may be her because she was, one of the lowest scorers as well, to Lucinda. So, I mean, it would make sense, but we don't know what, you don't know what the challenge is. So Lucinda's got to think about who can she maybe face off in any type of capacity, whether it be mental, strength, anything like that. Like, who can I beat out of everyone? And same thing for Josh, but Josh has already kind of been locked in on who his target is. Mert and Celine have their conversation about the breakfast situation. She's calling him bro and slapping him. I think it's safe to say there is no romantic connection between the two. I think Mert is going to try to fully pursue Lucinda in the house or in the villa. And I feel like that's okay. Like, again, it wasn't a wise decision to pick that man to begin with. So Lucinda is not really showing her cards just yet, of who she wants to go against. And then Josh finally admits, like, it's Charlie. Like, he wants his girl back. He wants Andrea back, which doesn't surprise me. And that may be good competition depending on what it is. Josh is one of those overly confident guys. Like, he just, like I said, he's like one of those alpha males where he has to dominate. And he's going to put all that will in his duel. My girl KK done fell into the Tariq trap. So they all coupled up, watching everybody and talking. And KK basically tells him like she's bored with Chris. And he's kind of the same way. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew that he was going to get tired of Andrina because I feel like it's just, again, the physical attraction. It could be the same thing with KK. I don't know. And he also seems like a very competitive person, and he wants that same spirit and energy. So I'm not necessarily mad at the thought of Tariq and KK. I just don't want him to play with my girl. Like, she's not one of those to be playing with, because she is here, yes, for the money, but definitely for love. So I'm very curious to see if later down the road we see something, fire up between those two. Lucinda and Mert are always also cozying up, and Mert trying to tell her to pick Celine in the duel. But Celine, she ain't come to play. She is all ready to do whatever she got to do. And she also feels like she's going to pick me mostly because she stole Mert, and she will want Mert back. And Mert expresses his feelings for Lucinda, and he does like her. So Celine is already on guard, and she's already has a fiery personality. I can only imagine how she's going to be during the challenge. And the evening finally hits, and Ariana is here to start the duel. So we know Lucinda is single and vulnerable. She winds up selecting Andrina to duel with, which was a shocker not only for myself, but also Celine, because she thought she was going to get chosen, and I did too. And then it was Josh's turn, who's also single and vulnerable, and we all knew who he was going to pick, Charlie. So he's going to go up against Charlie in the match. So we're into the game, and the rules are simple. Whoever you're dueling, you guys are basically attached, and the goal is to get a ball and put it in a glass jar. And you guys are, you're banded together. So the girls went first. It's best 2 out of 3. When I tell y'all, I was so shocked by how this turned out, because I'm just thinking Andrina has a solid form. So I thought she was going to take it away. She didn't. The way that Lucinda was dragging that girl up and down the ring definitely caught me by surprise. Like, I was shocked. She won both of her rounds fairly quickly. Like, the first round, Andrina didn't even put a ball in. The second round, I think she may have gotten one. But Lucinda was busting through the challenge. Like, that was crazy. So she winds up winning, and now she gives the necklace, the heartbreak necklace, to Andrina. And she's single and vulnerable. She only has one more day left to possibly turn things around. Now, when I tell y'all Josh was ready, he was ready with Charlie. And I felt so bad for little Charlie. Like, I already also knew the expectation with this. Josh wanted his girl back, and he was going to do everything necessary. And at first, it was a good battle at the start of it. Charlie was putting balls in, Josh was putting balls in, but Josh had the better strategy, and he won the first round. And then, I don't know if it maybe tired Charlie out, but Josh put every ounce of muscle and fight and then wind up winning the second round as well. So obviously he was excited. He's back with his girl, and that leaves Charlie single and vulnerable. So that was pretty much the episode until it wasn't. We find out that we have two new people coming, one of them being freaking Johnny from Love Island USA, and he was also on Love Island Games the first season. And I thought maybe him and Tariq are in clear competition of being the top villain of Love Island. I don't know what's finna happen with him coming in here, what girl he's gonna come after. Knowing Johnny, he's definitely coming in here to play the game for sure. And if they were smart, they would try to get him out. Another big name, Justine. Winner is her last name. She literally wins everything that she jumps on when it comes to Love Island. She won her Love Island season. She won the first Love Island games. And now she's back on season 2. You already know she ain't coming to play. Like, this girl, I feel like a lot of the guys are definitely going to want to partner with her. The girls are going to see her as a threat. Maybe not so much Garby, because she did really, really good the first episode and the first challenge. But Justine is one of those. And I feel like Justine, she did the whole romantic connection thing in the games last season. I think she's also coming here for straight gameplay. All right, y'all. That was my full breakdown for episode 2 of Love Island Games season 2. There was big moves, surprise duels, shifting ground. This season is already bringing it. Let me know in the comments, who do you think will survive this early shakeup? Who's your favorite underdog? And make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss my episode 3 recap. I'll see you guys soon.